This tutorial will introduce you to creating reports that summarize specific results from your analysis that you might want to highlight, publish, or share. This report basically consists of a set of data tables representing any type of data coming from the analysis and of visualizations that helps to summarize and understand this data. These reports can be exported to well-known formats, making it easy to share between co-workers. There are two ways by which StatMiner can report the analysis information. Firstly, by exporting one by one each data table or visualization to a well-known format such as a picture, Excel file, etc. Secondly, by generating a full report including a set of data table and charts properly organized by sections in an exported format such as an Excel file, PowerPoint, etc. Starting with the first case, imagine we want to share a nice visualization but would like to remove detectors that have not amplified well. To do this, we only need to click on the Export Data button from the visualization toolbar and select the desired format. It is important to know what we are exporting when selecting a data type from Microsoft Office or other sections. Now we are exporting this data to Excel. As we can see, StatMiner has automatically generated an Excel file with the relative quantification information where non-amplified detectors will be excluded since we only check the filtered rows only option. In case we want to get a picture of the visualization, we can save it into a digital image format or send it to the clipboard to paste into our favorite editor. In this instance, we have selected a bitmap with highest resolution available. This is a very easy and quick way to get individual results, but in case we need something more elaborate, StatMiner allows us to prepare one or more portfolios of charts and data information organized into sections. There are default sections provided by the application to include the main results with visualizations that I might want to use for publication, or data summary with the tables including information on expression analysis, and a third section with data processing, for instance, for other intermediate results of the analysis. We can of course create new ones that fits in with our needs. For instance, secondary cluster analysis with the delta and delta-delta CT classification analysis. In fact, we are now adding the delta-delta CT clustering report into this new section. And what we are going to do now is to add the delta CT classification to the same new section. Any description or information of interest could also be included on this report. This is the way of sending all our results to a report, but how do we handle it? The way to manage our final report with all the information and charts that we've added is the last step of the analysis. From this report, we can administrate all the reports that we've created during the analysis. In this example, we can see two of the default sections and the new ones we've just added. And the visualizations included on each one. What can we do with our reports? We can clone selected reports, remove them, and finally attach a brief message describing the current report. Now about the pictures. It is very easy to manage them. We only need to select one and we can edit, move or delete it. Edit option allows us to modify the picture description and even move it to the other section. Not only can we move it to another section within the report, but also to another report completely. And finally, we can remove it from the current selected report. Checking boxes next to each picture allows us to select the charts we want to export when clicking the Export button. The available formats are Excel, PowerPoint, HTML, and plain text files. In this case, all pictures will be properly reported and organized by section on the same format file. As we can see, all these 4 types of reports have now been automatically generated. We will later see how to specify the destination folder from the Project Options tool. Starting with the web-based report, it is organized by the section that we've previously defined, and we can easily navigate them by inspecting every chart added to each section. We also have a PowerPoint presentation where one slide by chart has been created, as well as an Excel report where, although visualizations are sorted by sections, every chart has its own Excel tab. It is important to know that line and bar charts are generated as native Excel visualizations, so we can easily inspect and manipulate them to modify the layout, for example, colors, legends, etc. Just to specify, the first tab of the Excel report will always contain a data table summarizing all the information and exceptions associated to the project panel, so we will have a whole overview of the quality of the analysis. Finally, the last format will export all the data information associated to reported charts to simple text files. For instance, in case our data needs to be post-processed by any third-party application. So, the reports are powerful, but is it really necessary to navigate step by step selecting all desired charts that we want to add to our analysis report? The answer is no, and here we go with a cherry on the top. On a click-and-go execution context, we can configure our report in the same way as we define the analysis settings. To do that, we just need to open the Project Options tool, go to the Report tab, and choose the visualizations we want to include in our report. As we can see, this is just a selection of the most important charts generated by the application. If needed, you can complete it later by manually adding other charts of interest as we described before. In this example, we are interested in the correlation between groups after imputation, the endogenous controls we've used for normalizing data, and the normalized profile. We are not interested in the error bars, but in the differential expression reports. And that is all. As expected, we are able to select multiple formats for our reports, and after selecting the destination folder, we are ready to let StatMiner automatically prepare our reports according to our selections. Just to mention that a click-and-go execution will proceed to configure a brand new report by keeping any previous ones generated in a step-by-step process. So here we are. Our reports have been automatically generated and are ready to be published and shared. Please watch our subsequent tutorials to get a deeper understanding of StatMiner.